Hello guys, welcome to day 21 on the advent of cyber here on TryHackMe, and today we're going to be treating reverse engineering. Its team says help me reverse engineering. In this room I'm not going to walk too much on the theoretical aspect. I'm going to start the machine, and then while it's loading I'll just read through the story right here. Okay, so the story says McSkidy alerts dashboard lit up with an unusual alert. A file sharing web application built by Glitch had triggered a security warning. Now, Glitch had been working hard during this season's submass after the last scare with the log exploit, but this new alert caused McSkidy to question his intentions. Now, McSkidy began to investigate. It seemed the source of the alert came from a binary file that made its way to the web application's backend. It did not belong there and had some anomalous activity. Now, the binary was compiled with .NET. This whole setup seemed quite unusual, and with the glitch warning working on the latest security updates, McSkidy was filed with suspicion. Now, as McSkidy continued her investigation, Glitch rushed into the room. I swear, I did not put it there. I was testing defenses, but I wouldn't go that far. McSkidy reassured him, this doesn't look like your work. Let's get to the bottom of this. Put on your decompiling hat and let's see what we'll be dealing with. So in this room, we'll basically be understanding the structure of a binary file, the differences between disassembling versus decompiling, and familiarity with multi-stage binaries, practically reversing a multi-stage binary. So like I mentioned earlier, I'm not going to be going through the whole terminologies. This will be a good read. It was quite detailed, so kindly read through it, and once the machine is ready, I want to jump into solving the tasks for today and providing the solutions. Perfect. Okay, now with this running, the first question says, what is the function name that downloads and executes files in the WebView app.exe? So our question here is, we need to reverse engineer the WebView app.exe located at our desktop. So this is our WebView app, and first we need to open the IO Spy app, which you're going to be using to more or less reverse engineer the binary file. So once it's open, usually takes a couple of seconds to open. You can either come over to file here and open the file, or you can come to the desktop here and drag that file into the IO Spy app. Okay, so we expand. Once we expand, just expand this WebView app 1.0 here. Once we expand that, we're going to see there's something called fancy app here. Once you expand that, we'll see something called form 1. Okay, once we click on form 1, it's decompiling. Let me expand this to the fullest here, and over here we need to just look at what this code is doing. Let's expand this private, expand them so we see what exactly the code is doing. And over here it says if Windows is, that means the code needs to run. If it is Windows, it will now start running something, and to run that, we'll scroll to the left here. It says it's going to check the compatibility. Okay, now we've got that part. Next we want to check, let me see here, expand this one. Okay, all right, next we expand this. We're going through the code. Okay, all right, we see that particular function here which says download and execute files. What is it going to do? It's basically, let me just put this to the side and see, put it to the side so we can get more space. So it's going to locate a folder called downloads, and it's going to download something called explorer.exe. so the particular function that would do that is the download and execute file function. So I think that's the answer to our question there, so we'll copy that, copy. I think there's no E at the end, so I'll just put E, hit submit, and that should be the answer. Okay, the next question says once you execute the WebView app, it downloads another binary to the downloads folder. What is the name of the binary? So we don't literally need to execute this app. Over here we can actually see the answer to that question when we scroll to the end here, where it's going to download another binary called explorer.exe. okay, that's what it creates. It goes to the folder downloads, and it downloads what the explorer.exe. okay, so that should be the answer to that. We can type that out, explorer.exe, hit enter. Okay, now what domain name is the one from where the file is downloaded after running the Wayville app? So if we scroll back again and look at the string address here, it's coming from http://mayorc2.chm. that's the domain name, and if you see, it's downloading explorer.exe. So that should be the domain name, which is mayorc2.thm. hit enter, and that solves that question right there. So the next question says the stage 2 binary is executed automatically and creates a zip file comprising the victim's computer data. What is the name of the zip file? And in order for us to do this, there are two ways. We can either run the app so it will download this explorer.exe to our downloads, or we could copy this and actually just download it. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to close the ILC app, and this is not recommended. You don't need to run it, but just run the Wayville app. Okay, once you run that Wayville app and it's done running, okay, you will notice it has now downloaded that particular explorer.txt exe to us. So we'll close this and let's head on to our downloads. If you go over to downloads, you see that explorer.exe file here. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up our il.spy again, il.spy, right? And then we're going to drag, let me come over here, we're going to drag this explorer, we drag this over here to the il.spy app and drop it there, and that's it. Let's expand this, and of course we can see this is the Explorer app, Explorer exe file. It looks like you copied it twice. Let me put this to the left side here. So we expand this and expand the, is it reference? No, metadata. No. Okay, file collector. This one here. Program. I believe that's it. So let's open up this main, usually under main. Okay, so we'll double tap main and let's put this to the side here. Okay, all right, so it looks like what this is going to do is going to check for doc, px, ppt, png, and it's going to look for that in a folder called my pictures, a special folder. It's going to get this folder path from my pictures, and then it's going to combine everything it's getting and put it into collected files. If we scroll down here, we could see where it says the string 2 would combine part get 10 parts collected files.zip. This is where it will zip it. Okay, that looks like the answer to the question. It automatically creates a zip file comprising of the victim's computer data, which involves all those PNG, GIF, JPEG, and all. So I think the answer to our question is collected files.zip. So we'll copy that, paste that in here, add P to the end, and hit submit. All right, now the next question says, what is the name of the C2 server where the stage 2 binary tries to upload the file? If you scroll down here, you would see where it says, let's see here, it says upload file to server. Right click on that and decompile, and there we go. Under the string address, you would see a web address that is linking us to this, that is uploading the C2 server itself. So I think what we need, the domain name, which anonymous c2.chm. Let's copy that carefully, .chm, and we hit enter, and that is the answer to the question. Now if you enjoyed the task today, feel free to check out more on x86 assembly classroom. Apologies, I didn't go deep into explaining everything in depth. I just needed to answer the question for today's challenge, but thank you guys for studying with me. Thank you guys for learning with me. I'll see you guys for day 22 of the Advent of Cyber, and make sure you enjoy the rest of your day. Ciao.